Hello, my absolutely beautiful Cancerian friends, and welcome to your horoscope for February of 2022. Now, just for clarification, I am a Western tropical astrologer, and you can listen to this forecast for your sun, moon, or rising sign, but I do suggest that you listen to it for your sun sign energy, as your rising sign and your moon sign energies are going to manifest themselves a little bit differently. But in the end, my beautiful soulmate, you do you, okay? All right, beautiful friends, before we jump into this forecast, keep in mind that we do have the Kickstarter going until February 9th. So if you haven't had a chance to donate to our Kickstarter to keep astrology education free around here for all of us, we bring master teachers from around the world and we give actual classes to teach the skill and technique, not just the interpretation. So join into the Kickstarter. We wrap it up February 9th, and I look forward to continuing the YouTube Astrology Academy right here on this channel. You can access it 24 hours a day right on this platform. All right, beautiful friends. Now this month we have got a busy month, honestly. Mercury's coming out of retrograde, moving back into the space where it was retrograding from, which means that we're going to actually recall some of the things, Cancer, that was brought back to our table. Things from the past were brought to your table to make some decisions, have some conversations around, and now you can process that all in a very forward-moving way. If you look at the chart, you can see that so much of this month has to do with a focus on this 8th, 9th house over here and heavy in the 7th. So this is a relationship month for you. When we've got a heavy Western chart, it means we're going to move in the space of relationships. The key and the goal for you, Cancer, is to make sure that you don't lose your own voice in the midst of considering and moving in all of your relationships, but also to remember this is not the month where you get to just have it your own way, right? This is a month where you do have to mold and meld and move within relationships, because these are the dynamics that are on your table. We've got the Mars and Venus energy traveling together all month long, heavy over here. You can see it in your 7th house. What I love about Mars and Venus being together is that they are the lovers. So quite naturally, as they interact, we get a boost, or a bump in energy that allows us to very genuinely consider the dynamics in our relationship. In the energy of Capricorn, you want the very best relationships that you can have, and you want the people who you are in relationship, whether it be work, co-workers, romance, people you're signing agreements with, you want them to be in the very best positions they can be in as well, to offer just goodness, like luxury bag level experiences in your relationship zone. So I think that that's something important to consider, that the lover's dynamic is present in your relationships, okay? Now let's jump in here and check out some dates. Right at the beginning of the month on the 1st, we've got a beautiful new moon happening at 12 degrees of Aquarius. This is going to light up your 8th house space. In the 8th house, we're doing joint resources, joint connections. Think taxes, insurance, we're sharing money, intimacy. Intimacy means you see into me. This is a deep portion or a deep piece of you that is connected to trauma, that is connected to your past, that is connected to your healing, that is connected to your sexuality and things in your sex realm. Also, astrology lives over here as well. So where do you have joint connections with people, places, and things that you would like to, Aquarius, innovate? Right? You'd like to innovate this. You'd like to have a really nice progressive change here. Because it's also Aquarian energy, I would ask, where is this at around your friends and your friendships and your groupings in your life that you're like, I want to plant my seeds of intention to begin something new. I need deeper connections. I need more soulful connections available to me. I want to connect, right? I want to have joint resources, relationships in my life. Where is this a place that you're going to use this new moon to actually help manifest these progressive new changes in your life and to break out of maybe what used to be? The other thing I think is absolutely important to understand about the 8th house is that because it is a place where we do death and we do elimination of waste, this is a phenomenal new moon for you to detox this area of your life. If that means you physically need to detox your body, have you had foods, chemicals, ideas, content, information that needs to be detoxed from your life so that you can have a progressive start here and allow yourself that beautiful connection with yourself and others, then use this new moon and put this information and this energy into a beautiful detox that can take you to that next level, okay? As we get to the 3rd, we're going to see Mercury out of retrograde. Thank you very much. Okay, we started this Mercury retrograde process back on December 29th. So let me ask you, as of December 29th, what from your past started to come up for your thinking? Maybe you were communicating with something or someone from the past. Either way, it was very much so brought to your attention at this 24 degrees of Capricorn. But now as we get to the 3rd, Mercury is out of retrograde and we can begin to move some things forward. I do want you to keep in mind though, Cancer, the movement forward is really about what information did you garner at this particular place and point in time between December 29th and now, right? And now you will move that information forward nice and slowly until Mercury gets to its post-retrograde shadow time on February 24th. Now, I will also tell you, Cancer, move slowly and intentionally, because while you may have gathered information, I don't know that it's best for you to make huge decisions based on the information that you've gathered until we do clear the February timeframe. So slow and intentionally if you can. As we get to the 14th now, Mercury is going to out of retrograde move forward into the energy of Aquarius. So again, we can see that we're starting to nice and slowly come forward. But back up to January 2nd. What was happening? Who and what were you communicating with, Cancer, on January 2nd? Because that Mercury retrograde, or that Mercury into Aquarius energy brought this conversation to your table. And it was new. It maybe felt different than a conversation you have ever had before. There was a stamp of newness, of a progression that was happening here. Maybe it was even something very spontaneous that came to your table where you're like, wow, this is out of nowhere. You know, was there a pattern to something that was presented to you at that time? And then it felt like just as quickly when Mercury got into its retrograde, that was taken away from your table. Now you may find as Mercury moves back through this transit of Aquarius that it is moving that information forward again. And I will tell you, because it's Aquarian energy as well, it may not be unfolding in exactly the way or the time that you think it should be unfolding. But remember, we came into the beginning of 2022 with a huge Capricorn Aquarius stamp. By the time we get to the end of the year, I want you to be thinking about what came into your life January 2nd and what is the final outcome of it as we close out 2022. Now, other things to think about with Mercury here in this Aquarian energy, this is phenomenal because it allows you to think deeply about what's going on. It allows you to make those connections, reach out for collaborations, reach out for healing, reach out for help with that detox or whatever that needs to look like for you, okay? As we get to the 16th, we're going to have a full moon now in the energy of Leo at 27 degrees. And this is going to light up your second house space just next door. So the full moon says that something needs to be ended, acknowledged, or adjusted. We need to shift here, okay? So in the area of your second house, your money, your value, and your relationships, where do you need to speak up, Cancer? Where do you need to say, this is who I am, this is what I want, here's the risk I'm willing to take? Where maybe are you stepping out to take advantage of something that will financially benefit you on the other end, right? Over this next 4 weeks, where are you stepping up in some way like that? Whatever it is, I do think that there's a powerful signature of both Mercury and Pluto as we travel with this moon that is going to make your communications pretty clear, pretty precise, and pretty decisive with whatever it is that you're trying to do in this financial arena, okay? Now, the one thing I will tell you, Cancer, is please make sure to the best of your ability, you are not making financial decisions based out of a strictly emotional position. Okay, because that may cause you a little bit of trouble down the road. As we get to the 17th, we've got Jupiter in a lovely sextile to Uranus. So we've got Jupiter traveling over here in this Piscean energy in your 9th house space, publishing, marketing, broadcasting, expansion, travel, including foreign travel, legal things, languages, higher education. All of that is living right now and breathing and beaming in your 9th house area. And Uranus is over in Taurus in your 2nd house, in the Uranus is over in Taurus in your 11th house. My goodness. So you've got this sextile, which is a pocket of ease and opportunity that is available, but also the intelligent action. You're taking action to make this happen. So between this expansive place and your 11th house of your aspirations and your dreams and your wants and your desires and friendship groups that will support you, could it be that you are taking a risk here? You're taking on an opportunity to travel. You're taking on an opportunity to study or to invest in some course of information that allows you to expand in a way that you're very excited about or that you think is very interesting. Now, another aspect that I saw of this that I think is really interesting for you to consider in February alone, Cancer, is where is this sextile giving you the courage to take on an activity that you thought was impossible, a feat that you thought was impossible to conquer, so that you can have your desired outcome of your wishes, your wants, and your dreams. I really look forward to seeing where that's resonating for some of you, so please let me know in the comment section down below. Now, on the 18th, we're going to see the sun enter into the energy of Pisces, lighting up again that 9th house space. Now, it's bringing light, heat, life, and motivation to a space where Jupiter and Neptune are also residing in this 9th house space. So truly, the idea of expansion for you, of studying, of traveling, of things that have to do with the law, there's a very big expansion. The question of faith becomes huge for you in the 9th house being so heavily populated. If you have been trying to deny a belief in something or a connection to something that makes the impossible possible, whatever your faith situation has been, I think it is highly called to the table at this particular time as you travel over this next 4 weeks. And for some of you, that is going to be like, yes, I'm just letting it free, letting it go. And for some of you, it might feel quite intense because it means you have to trust in something when that's your struggle, right? That's the struggle, is what do I believe in? Now, as we close out this month and we get to the 24th, we're going to see Mercury leaving its post-retrograde shadow time here at 10 degrees of Aquarius. So remember, from December 29th all the way here until February 24th, from 24 degrees of Capricorn to 10 degrees of Aquarius, you have seen some work. What happened for you in these particular areas? And as Mercury is leaving its post-retrograde shadow energy in this 8th house space for you, what decisions are you prepared to make for yourself, Cancer, that really allow you to be intimately tied to your world, to your universe, to these relationships in your life? They let you know that they are loved, even if people have had to tell you some hard truths, or you have had to tell people some hard truths. What are you willing to detox, and you're ready to make those decisions to clear your space and your way so that you can have the very best that's available for you, Cancer? It's going to be a busy month, a lot going on. I don't think there is any lack of things to be doing and to be considering this month. Please do consider, though, that until we get until March, nothing is really full steam ahead. You may feel like we're still holding or like the energies are moving slowly, and they are, but they are still very active, however slowly that is. But we'll really feel the rush of push forward as we get to March. All right, my beautiful Cancerian friends, I hope you have a gorgeous month. Please let me know how you're doing, what's going on for you in the comment section down below. Don't forget to support the Kickstarter if you can. And I love you, and I will see you very much. I will see you very soon in the weeklies, and I'll see you again next month. Bye, Cancer.